to In Heels with Keni Silva, and today we have a very special guest who turned challenges into diamonds and created a brand celebrating woman. Founder of Camilla Seretti, welcome Sahar Manley.
Thank you, Keni. So happy to be here.
Thank you. Well, you one of those people who knew this was my dream. But I know you also now have your dream come true. You created this beautiful jewelry brand that not only celebrates women, but actually very affordable, which is a big part of,
That was the goal. You're right, to make it affordable. I've always loved jewelry. All of my girlfriends love jewelry. You know, we were lucky enough to have beautiful jewelry, but I wanted it to be affordable and accessible to all women, and it was always a dream of mine. And so, yeah, during COVID, I worked on it and it's happened and it feels really, really wonderful.
Well, I also know that you went through a couple of challenges, as we call, or for me, I call them rebirths, because as you know, guys, I wrote a book, Divorce is an Opportunity, and you definitely took your divorce as an opportunity to start all over.
I did. I don't know if I had the option or the choice.
I guess none of us do, but
I made it happen.
We do have a choice to start all over versus
true.
sit and cry. And you definitely...
I did not cry, that is for sure. I did not cry. I made it happen and I knew I'd be okay. I knew I'd be okay overall. You know, no one loves going through divorce, but you know, you have to just know, like you say, you'll be okay, you know, and take the high road and smile through the challenges. And so I took the time to rebuild myself in however I felt right and how made me feel the best version of myself, really.
And that's why I think it's so important for a lot of women to hear that, you know, their life after marriage can be even more exciting than during. And you can find yourself and you can be in charge of your life, because not only did you build a brand, you actually created a family of your own. Which we're going to touch base later, because I still want to talk about those amazing diamonds and jewelry you created. How did that idea come up?
So
I mean, especially during pandemic, this is not something you think of when there's nowhere to go.
I know, right? You know, like I said, I've always loved wearing jewelry, and during the pandemic, everyone was scared to wear their jewelry, their big diamonds, their watches, and it was like kind of depressing. I'd meet up with friends or whatever, or we'd travel, and no one was wearing their real jewelry. So I decided to start a jewelry brand that was just as high quality as like the big diamonds I was wearing and the big diamonds my friends are wearing, and make it costume so people felt more comfortable wearing it, I should say. And I started designing like 10 pieces at a time. I had it made in Turkey because Turkey was open during the pandemic, and it did so well right away. So I kind of started traveling all over the country, you know, going to trunk shows and trade shows and meeting women. And then kind of getting a bit of what other women wanted. Like they wanted big jewelry. Someone wanted like daily jewelry to wear. And so it just kind of grew from that. And I was homeschooling my daughter, so I had more free time. And like you say, when it's a passion, it doesn't feel like work. I was working 18 hours a day, every day, and it never felt like work. It was so, and it's still fun. Like it's still so fun. Yeah.
I see every day your videos like posting trying on this jewelry, and I was like, oh my God, like this is that's a great job. Like I love job when it's a passion, because then I feel like it's easy to go through 24 hours of working.
I'm so lucky. I'm like, every day I go into my showroom, I'm like, I am so lucky. I have 3,000 pieces of jewelry to choose from every day. If I want something, I design something, and then the women come in and they leave happy. Like I was just talking about it this morning with my makeup artist, and I was like, we both make women feel beautiful. Like, how lucky are we, you know? It's really fun.
Exactly. And so after you started during pandemic going to the trade shows, where is now this beautiful jewelry a woman can find?
So our main source is my website, CamillaSeretti.com. We're in like really high-end boutiques all over the country. Right now we have 25 boutiques all over the country. That's really big for us. So I'm excited because it's just little me running the company. No partners or investors yet. We've had a lot of inquiries, but right now it's still just me.
And I was like in your thing that you started basically from home, which is
a condo. I rented another condo next door to mine and built it out of there, everything. And that's how I could work 18 hours a day. I put my daughter to sleep and go right next door and work. It was the craziest thing. I can't even believe it. I know.
So you create all the designs.
I design
everything.
Everything. In the last year or so, I've reached out, and now we work with like another vendor in New York City, and they do like basic pieces just to add to my collection.
Yes.
So I don't do the basic pieces, but the first 2,500 designs are all my designs, which is really fun. And I've been able to build it through meeting women. I mean, you've been inspiration. You know that. I've designed pieces.
I've worn so many of your pieces to red carpet events.
I know.
I love it the most that I can layer them up.
Yeah,
like I know, like every time
that.
I would go to red carpet, we're like layering all these rings. And I'm like, okay, let's do this, and let's do like multiple necklaces. And
and you inspired me by wearing my jewelry. I've been inspired to do so many designs, which are called the Keni necklace. But no, seriously. So through meeting women, my clients, the stores, I work with all the women I meet at trade shows. It's like helped me like evolve my designs, and now I have such a wide variety of stuff, and we're still growing. It's really fun.
That's amazing. Did you have a jewelry background before?
I never had
any fashion background?
I mean, fashion I was always in at a very young age. I worked at Armani when I was like 17. I was always thought I'd be a fashion designer, and I loved fashion. And then jewelry, my ex-husband really helped feed that desire, that passion. He loved buying jewelry. I wore it. We were, in the world of meeting jewelry designers all over the world. So that fed my desire and passion, but I wanted
and a personal
to make
collection.
Yeah, my personal collection. Yeah, that didn't hurt. But I wanted to make it accessible for everyone.
Yes.
And so now all women can wear, all the jewelry and the fabulous jewelry, and it's exciting. They can buy it for themselves because it's so affordable.
But that's where I love that you can turn your passion into a whole production company and a brand as long as you have that love for it. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize they see these amazing brands everywhere and they feel like, oh my God, like there has to be, either it's, impossible to create or there is a big team. And every time I sit down with a woman like you who's like, hey, I started by myself from a condo.
It's true.
It's like everything is possible as long as, you put a lot of hard work into it. Nothing is easy. Let's be real. But as long as you have a goal and you have a dream and you work hard, everything is possible.
It's so true. I say it to everyone. Anything is possible. I don't like the word no. I never say the word no in business. I never accept the word no in business because anything is possible. If you want to make it happen, you can make it happen. I'd rather work really, really hard for myself than work really, really hard for someone else who's not going to appreciate it. And
that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, but you're so right. It's better because you invest into yourself and you know the outcome and you know how long you can work versus working for somebody else. And it's not for everybody. I guess not that many people can manage themselves.
That's
or,
true. Right.
Be in charge. They need to be told what to do.
Yeah, and thank God, those are great employees. Like, I need employees like that who aren't going to try to steal my ideas and start their own jewelry company. So you're right. It's not for everyone.
How about that? Like, you have to be very, I guess, careful.
I've had that problem. I've had many problems like that where employees come in, whether they, whatever they do, it's not beneficial to me or my company. And, you got to go through those challenges and they have to learn that it's never going to work out when you do the wrong thing. You can't steal someone's idea and it's never going to be me or my brand. Yeah. So there's challenges with everything. But as long as you love it, like you say, like what you do, they always say like, love what you do and you won't work, that is such an understatement because even as much as I love what I do, even I can get burnt out sometimes. Like even and I'm obsessed with my career, my job. Even I'm like, oh, this was a tough month. I can't imagine not loving what you're doing. How hard that would be, right?
Exactly. But you also actually, every time I see you, you either go into a trunk show or you go into, I remember when you were flying to New York to the Hamptons.
Yes.
You always there with your customers.
I am.
Which I think is so important because nobody can sell better than you are because you have that passion, like the way you dress, the way you talk, and women want to be like you and look like you and feel like you have that energy. So I know you're not just creating jewelry, you actually selling them every day, and I think that's why
I love building the relationships. I have the craziest relationship with all of my clients. Like all of my clients for 5 years, they'll text me now. Like I remember the first time I went to the Hamptons, I didn't know what to expect. And we'd have these women come up and they'd buy like 1 bracelet, 2 bracelets. The next summer, the same women were buying 3 bracelets. And then the third summer, this last summer, women were wearing stacks of bracelets just like me. And I was like, I love this, we're creating a cult. But it's a comfort zone. Like they had to learn, and it's like me being there and helping them be comfortable with their style, but bringing Camilla Seretti into it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
And they get to know you, and I think it's also like a lot of times it's a personal approach that a lot of women love, that you care for them.
Yes,
that's how
yeah.
they feel.
Like
You're
our
not just
friendships,
one,
too.
exactly.
It's
You're not
friendships.
just another designer besides they're beautiful, but it's, you know, they see how passionate you are, and
Right.
you put so much
It
love.
makes me feel so good. And yeah, so meeting the women and becoming friends and building relationships where, like, over the last 5 years, these women are consistent clients. They're referring their friends, their daughters now buy from me. It's like the best feeling in the world. So yeah, I would travel all over the world for my customers.
Are
and
you
my
planning to
stores.
open up?
We are. We're working on opening our first store in Dubai next year.
Oh my God,
It's a
that's
big deal.
So
It's a very big
exciting. I
deal.
mean, women there love jewelry.
Yeah, I know. We already do a lot of online sales in Dubai, but it's funny. I was in Dubai 6 years ago. I remember before I started Camilla Seretti, and I said, I want to come back here and do business here. I loved it. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I was like, I love it. And then 2 years ago, the Mall of Dubai reached out to me, and they're like, we want you to open your store here. I was like, I didn't even know how they heard of me. And they're like, we want you to open your store here. I was like, I didn't even know how they heard of me. And so it's been this last year of now we're going to be opening in Dubai. We don't talk about the location yet, but it's a big deal in Dubai.
Okay, well, I want to come.
Yeah, you will.
For the
It's
opening.
exciting. It's exciting.
What's the biggest challenge you think being a woman owner of your business? Like, do you feel that, you know, being a woman is a little bit, gives you disadvantage in a business? Like they treat you differently, or it's a little bit harder, or not really?
I mean, it's been hard when I work with, obviously, like working with men, that's difficult because I really want it to be just business.
Yes.
And some men don't see that line, you know, or they'll use it to their, you know, like, so that's really tough. So once you like draw the line,
Yes.
you know, then I think there's a lot of advantages to being a woman because women are so supportive of other women.
Yes.
And I've learned that in the last 5 years. It's incredible, you know, and there's a lot of organizations out there that promote women-owned businesses.
Yes.
So I feel very fortunate to be a female business owner. I love it.
That's great. But before that, okay, let's talk about your personal life.
Okay.
Because that's what I feel like the most inspiring to a lot of women, because you've been married, I guess, several times,
Yes.
and you've been divorced several times,
yes.
which I didn't know. I thought it was only once. I'm like, wow, you've been.
Yeah.
You've been,
I don't talk about the second one.
you've been through hell more than once, which is, and then
Yeah.
you decide, and you have kids from the previous marriages,
Yes.
and then you decided to have a child on your own.
I did, yeah.
And that's, I think, the most fascinating thing to me, because that just proves that a woman doesn't need a man for anything.
Kind of true, I know.
And a woman can start a family by herself, can start a business.
Yeah.
And we don't need a man to even take the trash out. We can do it all.
You're right. Oh, housekeeper.
We can do it all. But okay, why you decided to have a child by
So
yourself after already being married, having children?
And I had two beautiful
Yes.
children, and I love the family network. I love being a family. I love being a mom. I love being a wife. And the divorce was very traumatic for me. It was a very traumatic experience, and I was a full-time mom for all those years. And then I had to share custody all of a sudden, and I didn't know what to do with myself, and it was so heart-wrenching. And I just knew I still wanted family. I wanted to have a baby at home, a child. I wanted to raise another kid. And I wasn't ready emotionally to jump into another relationship. I knew that. You know, I had exes coming back to me. I had, and I was like, I just knew I had to be alone. I just knew I had to be alone for a few years, but I wanted to have a child. And I have girlfriends who had artificial insemination. I had girlfriends who had adopted children. And so I had girlfriends who had done it, with a friend, had a child with a friend. And they were all so happy in their lives. And so that gave me the strength and inspiration. I was like, you know what? I want to have a child on my own. And my parents were very supportive. They're like, we will be supportive, whatever you want to do. My older kids loved the idea.
How old were they at the time?
Oh my gosh, I think 14 and 12 or something like that.
God. So they were still very young. They were teenagers.
Yeah, they were, but
going
they loved it. They really loved the idea because we liked being a family.
Yes.
We were a close family, and I loved being a mom. So it worked out. It was the best thing I ever did for me. And then I've raised her by myself. She's now 13. And it's so easy. It's so much easier raising a child on your own.
Okay, before we get to that raising
sorry.
part, I'm just, no. It's like, there's so many things that like, I have a question. Like, okay, so how do you do it? Like, for women that, you know, because now I hear so many women, they would love to have a child, but they don't have that perfect partner, and they realize it's better not to have a child with just some man they met.
Right.
It's better to do it exactly like you
Yeah,
did,
there's
all
no
by yourself.
connection.
That way there is no connection, there's
Yeah.
nothing, and you are in full control.
It's amazing.
So what do you do first? Like,
I mean, there's so many avenues. I have like 2 girlfriends. There's artificial insemination. You know, there's so many wonderful doctors in LA who do the artificial insemination.
and you just, because
you can pick, you know,
that's
genetics.
what
yeah.
yes,
You
that's
can
why
pick the genetics.
genetics. We just had a fertility doctor who told me when men come in, they even want a blonde, blue eye, or like they have a specific
Yeah, that's right.
of things. Like, does the same thing happen
Yeah,
for men
sure.
too? So
for
you
sure.
can.
Like, I remember my girlfriend did it, and she was like, and that's how I got the idea. She was like, okay, I want it to look like my ex-husband's kids, you know, because she didn't want them to look different. And she was the first one that did it, and I went through it with her, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. And then my other girlfriend.
So when you pick that sperm,
You can
it
pick-
has
you
says who it comes from,
You
like
can,
height.
not who it is, but you can pick their height.
Yes,
their
I
eye
mean not
color.
the name,
Yes,
but they
yeah,
says
yeah.
like the color, the height,
Yes,
whatever,
their background.
the background.
And I've heard some people ask for like their like how smart they are. Like
yes,
they do IQ
for a lot
testing.
of people,
Yeah,
yes,
it's a big
it's
deal.
important.
And I have 2 girlfriends, and they went through the adoption process, and I was with them through the adoption process. And so there's so many avenues of doing it, depending on your lifestyle and your. I just love kids, and I believe in a woman can do anything on her own. And what really got me through it was my girlfriends. If I love my family and they're supportive, but if I didn't have my close girlfriends, I could have never gone through it. My girlfriends were so supportive of anything. They were like, you want to adopt, you want to do an artificial, you want to have your ex-boyfriend. They were like, we are here no matter what. And having them, I tell everyone, you got to have good, solid girlfriends, and then you can do anything. My business, same thing. So yeah, I had my girlfriends who were supportive, and they're like, let's
So
do
then
it.
you went, you picked whatever you wanted to
Yes.
pick, and
now I have a daughter, a beautiful daughter.
were you scared at some point, like knowing
Never.
the baby's gonna come and be like, oh my God, it's just me?
Never, no, because I raised my other 2, even though I was married, I raised them.
Yes.
My ex-husband had never taken them to school, ever, didn't take them to preschool, never took them to a doctor's appointment, was never alone with them in their whole lives of our marriage, which was fine for me.
Yeah.
So I had done it before, so I knew I could do it again, and this time I didn't have the stress of an unhealthy marriage. You know, raising kids with stress is so much worse than raising kids with no money or raising kids on your own. So I knew it was going to be much easier and much lighter. I felt, after my divorce, as stressful as it was, I just felt lighter. I felt more like myself 15, 20 years ago. And that's what I wanted to be, myself.
What about your daughter? Like, did you prepare what are you going to tell her? Or did she ask questions when she was little?
You know,
where's my daddy?
Yeah, yeah,
Or,
yeah.
I mean, I know, of course, like a child, if they're growing up not having it, they don't even, you know, they don't know what it is in their life.
She never asked. She never thought it was weird. It wasn't until she was like much older, where her friends had dads.
Yes, when she
And-
went to preschools and stuff.
And she not in preschool. She was a lot older, and so she would say, "Oh, my mom wanted me so much, she didn't wait for a husband, and now we're going to pick a husband together."
Oh, that's
and
so
yeah,
cute.
so I really
Oh my
lucked
God, I
out.
love that answer.
I know, yeah, it was kind of great because I told her, I was like, I didn't want to wait. I really wanted another
Yes.
baby. I had you. That's really all I had to say, you know.
Yeah,
And so she always was like, "Oh, we're going to pick out a dad together," you know.
I love
So it's
it.
great.
You know, that's actually a beautiful thing.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is kind of so
Well, because
sweet.
your 2 older ones, they obviously have a dad.
They
so
do, yes.
maybe, I mean, of course, you probably knew that they have a dad.
Right.
So that's why, and kids, sometimes it's not even the child, it's somebody else at their age will ask them, where's your
Right, that's
dad?
true. That didn't happen until she was a lot older, when the kids were like
Okay.
preteens. And that's when she would shut them down, so it was good.
Oh my God, I love when you definitely raising a strong woman
I know.
there.
Oh, she is a strong girl. She's a
And
strong
given,
woman.
you know, the option, because as you know, I'm such a big believer that a woman can do whatever they want, and she's in control of her life. She, you know, she can get married, she can have children, she can
Right.
have children with no marriage, she can
Yeah,
have children on her
exactly.
own. There's so many options these days that doesn't limit us as women, and especially me coming from, a different background where a lot of times I feel like we're brainwashed into what we have to do.
True, yeah.
And, there's like no other way of doing it. And if you didn't get married at a certain age, you're already...
Oh my God, thank God that's gone. Thank God that...
And I just feel great
gone.
for our daughters that
me too.
now if they want to have a career and they don't have time, because it's so hard these days to meet people and create relationships, especially in the new generation. You probably see it too with your children.
Completely
everything is like a TikTok swipe. Everything replaceable.
Different.
Everything is 7 seconds. Okay, if it didn't work out, next.
I know.
Nobody wants to work on relationship.
That's why when you get your people, your group of people, and it's so important to foster and nurture your people. We don't have to have 500 friends. But as long as we're true to ourselves, and that's what I tell my daughter, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel like your truest self. For me, being a mom, it made me feel like myself, like I missed it. And then starting a company where I was around women, like I love women. I love strong women. I love beautiful women. And so this really made me feel like my most self, more than luxury real estate, more than Rolls Royce, more than any business I ever had. This made me feel like the most myself because I was around strong women and beautiful women all the time and nurturing women's relationships. So it's whatever makes us feel like are mostly ourselves, I think we should just go after because we can do it, whatever it is.
No, you're so right. And, not even that I think this world, like you were the first woman that I realized had it all, to be honest with you. When I met you, I think I was just writing a book and I was finished and I was all about like, okay, like divorce isn't you can start fresh. And then I was like, oh my God, this woman actually, she had a whole, rebirth. She created a whole different life.
I really
did. And created it in the biggest way possible. Like, I don't think, as much as I love being a mom, I don't know. I feel like there's something about having a child for me. Like, it's not even that my ex-husband did so many things. Mm-hmm. It's just having that thought that you have somebody, in your life. And I was like, wow, like, I think it's so much pressure. And, you have to be so brave because this is only you answering questions. Or even like the thoughts that, I don't know if you had like sometimes like, okay, what if something happens to me? Like, what will happen to the child?
That is my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear. I'm very lucky. My older kids are so close to me and they're so close to her.
Like, what will happen to the child?
That is my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear. I'm very lucky. My older kids are so close to me and they're so close to her. That's the only fear I've ever had, was I have to protect myself. Even in the silliest things, like I stopped riding roller coasters after I had her. Like, I stopped doing anything remotely dangerous or risky. Like, it's the craziest thing. Like, I would stop going deep in the ocean, like crazy things that normally I would have done. Being a single mom, I was like, I have to protect myself. I have to stay alive as long as possible. I took my health so much more seriously because of that one reason. Like, I'm all she has. Yeah. That's the only scary thing. But it's also a beautiful thing. It's kind of exciting to.
I would say so, because then it's so true, because you don't have to share holidays.
I know, it's so nice. I'm in charge.
You don't have to like pick the weekends and things, you know, like you
I
can
love
do
it.
it all. Like
I said,
the education, you pick it all. There's
I know.
no fighting.
I got to homeschool her for 3 years during COVID because I chose it. I mean, it was like, it's really nice when you don't have someone else fighting, and you want the best for your child.
Of course.
So, and I had my girlfriends who were so supportive. They were always there. She had like 6 aunts,
Aww.
So it's really great, because.
Would you want to have another one?
No, I'm done. Totally done.
Totally
done. I want to get my body back the way it was.
You have an amazing body. What's your secret, by the way?
The vanity
You have an
back.
amazing body, and I always watch you doing yoga and all this. You're very active.
I'm very active. It just started recently, like in the last few years, because when I started my company, I was not exercising. I was obsessed with Camilla Seretti. I was 25 pounds heavier than I am now. I was just 18 hours a day working, eating, sleeping, and I wasn't
your daughter
exercising.
at the time?
It was just 5 years ago, so she was like 12, 13 when I started it. So I knew I would eventually get back to my old shape. I was just so focused on building this business. I didn't focus on anything else, and I was gaining weight and I was heavier. But then finally, when I became successful a couple years ago, I was like, hey, now I want to put my health first, exercise again, get back to my old shape. And all I really do is count, like, kind of count calories. work out if I'm going to eat a lot. I do a lot of yoga, Pilates, but that's really it. I eat whatever I want.
I see you all the time
I'm
eating
always
that
eating. I'm always
caviar.
eating. Yeah, I love caviar. I eat caviar like 4 days a week. I'm like a psycho with caviar.
What do you do for your skincare routine?
Not enough. That's my next goal in life, you know?
Okay.
That's my next goal.
Yay.
I haven't done anything with my face, nothing yet. That's like the next step. With my work, body, and now face is next.
Okay, but what do you want to do? You look amazing.
I mean, I kind of want to get like a mini facelift, you know? I want to go all out. I'm 50, so I want to do it all.
Okay,
but I'm
listen,
gonna wait.
I'm a big believer. If you want something and that will make you feel you know, more confident, if that's what you want, go for it.
Who knows? We'll see what happens. But that's my goal for the next year, I think.
For the next year? So what is the goal? Is it like a Camilla Seretti goal? Like, okay, once we're going to be in so many stores, I'm going to let myself rest.
I just need I need a break. Like, I really
that's
just
what I'm
need
saying.
I just need a break. Once the Dubai store is going to take a lot out of me this year. So once that Dubai store is done, then I am a free bird. Then I can really, but I like kind of being on top of everything. I want to be a part of every step of the way because it's important that because they want the brand for me. They're like, they want the brand for me. So I want to be a part of it. And then my face will, you know, I'll deal with it later.
I feel like for a lot of men, they would be so intimidated with you.
It's true.
Because you're like a power woman that doesn't need anybody. I mean,
I need it. I just don't look like I need it.
But do you feel like when you're dating guys, you have to pretend somebody less who you are?
I can't.
It's like you give it all out.
It's
like
impossible.
This is me.
I've been told that years ago. My girlfriend's like, you need to like tone it down. You need to like, you know, don't wear all your jewelry. My girlfriend who loves me and who's great at matchmaking, you know, tone it down. Don't wear all your jewelry. You know, don't talk about your house. And I was like, I can't, this is like not me. This is not me, you know, and the right person is going to love it. They're going to love my energy. They're going to love my style, you know, but they have to be super confident. A man has to be very confident, obviously, to be, you know, with a woman who's like confident in their life, and they have to bring something to the table. Like, that's really important. You have to bring something in any aspect, a friend, anyone in my life. If you're going to be in my life, you have to make my life better in some way, whether it's through energy or your time or business or friendship. I think it's important, whoever's life we're in, we have to make their life better in some way. I believe that. Anyone who's in my life, I try to make their life better in some way. You know, I love helping people, and so if a person's going to be in our life, they have to make our life better in somewhere.
No, I 100% agree, and I feel like, especially with women like us who've been married and have kids, and we did sacrifice some of the things
a lot.
And now, like, okay, well, I don't need to get married anymore. I don't need to, you know, have children. It's like, there's no reason I should tolerate things I don't want to tolerate.
Yes.
And I want to be me now at this stage of my life, and the right person will love it.
Yes.
And I don't have to pretend I'm somebody I'm not.
Right.
And
that's horrible.
I think it's so important, especially, you know, right now, because we did a lot of things and there's so many things on our plate right now. And only the person who can tolerate, and I can be me like this.
Yeah, that's right. It's fabulous.
Which is fabulous. And I can be, you know, like doing things. And I think it's important even for a relationship that having that support, because now we just want to build more.
Yes, that's right.
And to build more, you
need
that support and acknowledgements, and be like, okay, like I don't have to pretend somebody on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Right, yeah, it's right. We need someone supportive in our life, and yeah, we can't pretend. There's no need to pretend, which is great. We just have to be ourselves.
But you are single now.
Yes.
Okay, so where do you girls meet guys? Like, a lot of women always ask me, you know, especially after divorce, you did it all. So you started a company, you had a baby. But of course, for dating, where do girls go to meet guys? Or online? I don't know these days.
I don't know because I don't date. Like, I don't date. I don't go out. I don't go to bars. I literally work and I go home. And the only thing I do is I eat. And I usually take my daughter or my friends.
Okay, but would you like to have a partner?
Yeah, I would love to have a partner.
It's not important.
I would love to have a partner. I would love it, but it's not like I'm dying for. I would love to have the right partner, and I feel like it'll happen when it's meant to happen. Like, the right partner will come, like, through an introduction.
Yes.
I feel like that's how it's going to be. I can't do this. You know, my girlfriends are going through, you know, this dating and online dating. It's just, oh my God, it looks just.
Is there anything good out there?
Hell. Not in California.
Because I feel like a lot of women, besides, like starting over, the number one question everybody has is how to meet somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't even know why women are so concerned about meeting a person, because
well, it's exciting too. It's exciting to fall in love again. It's exciting to find a partner. It's really exciting,
But I think, like, listening to you creating your own business, there's so much more excitement, and there's so much like love. Like what I do, I'm like, I get excited so much and nobody talks back to me. It's like, I think a lot of women don't realize the potential they have, and they're so scared to try it out because they're afraid to fail, and they don't realize that the love that they can receive back, even it's a business, but the emotional, I feel like every time I do something and it turns out to be amazing, the emotional, excitement I get is much more than from any relationship you can.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's a personal fulfillment.
It is. It's true. That is true. There's nothing better than the personal fulfillment. I agree. Yeah. But I do wish sometimes when I have like these amazing things happen, like, oh my God, we've had such great highs in Camilla Seretti. I did wish I had someone to share it with. Like, it was exciting. I was like, oh, if I had a partner I could have shared this joy with, or take them to Dubai with me, or go to New York with me, so it would be nice to have someone, but it has to be the right person. I'd rather have no one than not the right person.
I agree. I agree with you, because I see a lot of women just want to meet somebody, a body, to be next to them, versus
waiting for the right person.
For the right person,
energy.
it's the fear of being alone. Or maybe I've heard that some of my girlfriends who go through divorce and they've been married for so long and they just don't know how to be alone again.
I know. That would be hard. I've seen that. It's really hard.
And I guess it depends on the personality.
And the opposite. When you're alone for a long time, then it's hard to be in a relationship. Because you've had your own house for 15 years. You're like, this is amazing. Someone comes over, you're like, move your stuff. It's hard both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to adjust.
Okay, what's next? What do you want to do next with Camilla Seretti? Maybe you want to open another business or start another business.
I have like 50 businesses. No one really knows. I have like 50
really? There's so many things I'm finding out about you.
I know. I have like Camilla Seretti, which is the biggest.
Yes.
I have Camilla Pups, which is my dog
brand. Yes, I just wanted to say, I remember when I was in your showroom, you have that cute little dog brand.
It's so cute. And so I haven't really blown that up because I've been so focused on Camilla Seretti. I had a kids line, Camilla Kids. So I have like probably like 50 small brands that are just like Camilla based. And the idea was
why is Camilla? I always wanted to ask you this. Why is the name Camilla Seretti?
It's my alter ego. Camilla's my alter ego. I didn't want anyone to know it was even my company. When I started Camilla Seretti, I didn't want it to be like Sahar. I was like, I want it to be a brand, like think of the name, my alter ego. And so I didn't tell anyone it was my jewelry for a long time. It wasn't until we were on the cover of Vogue, that's when people knew it was my company, and so I became the face of the company. But for a long time, I was like, oh yeah, this jewelry is Camilla Seretti, isn't it great? Like, they thought I worked for the brand. So that's how it started. And before that, I had Camilla Kids, and then I started Camilla Pups. So I just made like a Camilla empire. I own like 100 Camilla companies, like domains. And so the idea was to sell the whole, So I just made like a Camilla empire. I own like 100 Camilla companies, like domains. And so the idea was to sell the whole, the whole thing.
Okay, when you said that you didn't want people to know, is it because you were afraid to fail, and then in case it doesn't work out, it's not going to be you, or
I never thought I would fail. I never for a second. I just didn't know how big it would get.
Yes.
I knew it wouldn't fail because I feel like if you love something,
and you work
I would
hard,
never. I just never knew how big it was going to be. Now it's scarier to think of failing because I've grown so much. But at the beginning, I never thought I was going to fail. I just thought it was going to be smaller than this. I thought I was going to build a beautiful small company, reach out to beautiful women, and just have like a little fun hobby. That's what I thought. But I think it was easier for me to show it without it being Sahar, because I have so many friends who buy whatever I say to buy just because it's me, and I wanted it to be more authentic. I wanted to be able to show it to people and have them not buy it just because it was my company. So that was really the reasoning behind me not telling people it was my company at first.
Got it. That's amazing.
But now I don't mind them buying it because it's mine.
So now you have a fear. You just said.
Yeah, because now the momentum has grown so much more than I ever thought. definitely there's more intensity in everything I do. Like I do have a fear. Sometimes if I slow down, because momentum.
You're afraid to miss it. It's like me. I'm like, oh my God, they're asking me to go to this event. And I'm like,
yeah, you're everywhere.
Should I postpone this? Because it's like you're afraid. Because
and
once you're building up and you're
yeah.
afraid, like if you take a little break,
that's right.
You're going to get off and somebody else. And I always say like, before I used to do this, okay, once I do my book, then I'll do this. Then it's the next thing.
Right.
Once I do this thing, then it's the next.
And you've done it all, and you do it all.
But I feel like because I've been married for 15 years, I feel like it's not like a wasted time. It was just a different time in a way I wasn't creative enough or doing something that I truly love.
Right.
So for me, like I'm trying to, I guess, fulfill the time that I wasn't active enough.
I totally see that, right. Well, you're doing it. You are filling it up. You are doing everything you said you wanted to do, and you're doing it so gracefully. I don't know how you travel as much as you do. I mean, you travel more than I do, and you always look good, and you're always on it. It's so impressive. I mean, you could teach a class on just how to do the way you do.
So my tips for traveling, because I do travel a lot. So I'm very lucky that I sleep on the plane. Okay. And I naturally fall asleep. It doesn't matter if it's Vegas, New York, or it's 12-hour plane. I just fall asleep. And I put facial mask on the plane, and I exfoliate the day of the event. I put like a glycolic pill, then I do another face mask. I do certain things. I ice my face, like I stretch every time, like on the plane, during the plane, if it's a longer flight. I have like a certain routine.
I would watch a whole episode on this. I'm not kidding. I would watch a whole episode, because I've seen you on days where you're about to travel, on days you've come back from travel. And
I just got back from New York, yes.
Yeah, and you always are put together and like fresh and glowing. So I would watch a whole episode of that.
I think
teaching
I
us how to do
love
that.
Traveling.
Yeah, you're so good at it.
I prefer because it's my time to be by myself. Most of the time, there's nobody bugging me, and I love being on the planes because like somebody's serving me. Like, this is exciting. I just sit and I don't do anything, and there is all these things, and it's just my time, I guess.
This is what I mean. You're so optimistic about everything. So many people complain about like traveling, and you're like, I love it. They're serving me. I'm alone.
Oh, like listen, like this morning when Chris, I saw at 5 a.m. Oh, I can't come to here because
you were chill.
I'm like, you know what? I'll sleep till 7. At 7, I'll figure it out, because I believe there's certain things in life that are meant to be, and they're gonna happen. And the more you stress, the more you become anxious, and there's no need to put that energy into being anxious. There's only reasoning to put the energy into fixing things, and everything is fixable. Okay,
everything
what's the worst can be done?
I agree.
I wouldn't have beautiful hair, but thank God I do, and the makeup, and there's nothing in life unless it's a health related.
I agree. Only health.
Only health. Then it's a problem. All the other things are fixable,
I only stress about health. I will never stress about anything else. I've learned, especially my business, we've had so many highs and 2 of the lowest lows that were unexpected, natural disasters, and you can't change it. And I was like, nothing, my health is fine, my kids' health is fine, like, whatever, who cares? And that's really how I flow. Like, unless it's health, I don't stress about anything.
Yeah, because the rest is
replaceable.
You can make more money. I mean, time you cannot. But again, if you don't have, then you're not going to have more.
I agree, yeah. Stress makes us wrinkly too. I don't need that.
Okay, so you're going to continue with your brands, because I just want to know, because you're telling me I do a lot of things. You do a lot of things too.
We are going, Camilla Seretti, keep growing. I would love to keep growing. I have a couple of goals.
Do you want to be in like Neiman Marcus or?
Bergdorf Goodman is my #1, which they ordered from us 2 years ago, but our factory in Turkey crumbled. We couldn't fulfill the order at the time. So we're back on the same page of getting towards that again. But yeah, it was like a natural disaster that, hurt the company. It was a big deal for us, but we grew back from it. So so I like Bergdorf's first. There's a couple of other high-end boutiques I'm talking to right now, like very high-end boutiques that are, nationwide. So I would.
Do you have a classic collection that you always have it, or you always change things?
I have a classic collection, and it's so funny. I have like a collection that was one of my first pieces that I designed that I'm no longer going to sell. So once they sell out, I'm never going to make them again, because I really want that special, you know, like original Sahar, Camilla Seretti vibe to be for my original customers who supported me. So we're almost sold out of those pieces, which is really kind of fun. So once those are sold out, I'll never sell them again. And then I have like 20 pieces that will always have forever. And then I like to make new things all the time.
Well, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure you want to have something that's like when people look, they know it's you.
Yes. Like the Keni necklace, I will have forever.
I'm curious now, what's a Keni necklace? Okay, we're going to have to put it out. It's send me the picture. I'm curious, what's a Keni necklace?
You should know. I can't believe you don't even know.
I didn't know there was a necklace named after me, but I'm very excited to see it.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous.
Okay, well, on this note with Keni necklace, we're going to finish our conversation, and I'm so happy you came today.
Thank you. This was so fun. I feel like it was like a natural, just girls talk. I loved it. It was so fun.
Well, that's how I wanted. I wanted to invite, you know, people I know and people I don't know. And I just wanted to be like sitting on the couch and talking and getting information for people get inspired, or it's educational. And with you, of course, there's so many women who can get inspired to do whatever they want to do, follow their dreams and try. And, you know, the worst thing that can happen, you're going to fail, but then you can try again.
Try again, exactly, right.
Right?
Yeah,
How many times did you fail before you started?
Failed,
but it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, a roller coaster. I failed twice and I kept coming back up. So yeah, you don't know you're failing. You just got to keep growing.
Well, thank you so much for watching In Heels with Keni Silva. And
thank
you, Camila. Thank you.
So excited.
I go.